Have you ever found yourself questioning if you're living your true purpose? Today, we're going to explore how Stoicism not only helps us find that alignment, but also empowers us to face any adversity with courage, dignity, and strength. Get ready to unlock an inner strength you didn't even know you had. Act with purpose. Living with purpose isn't just a choice, it's a way to navigate the world, a compass that guides every decision, every step we take. But have you ever deeply questioned what your true purpose is? I'm not talking about short-term goals, like finishing a project or planning a trip, but the bigger objective, that mission that makes your eyes sparkle and your heart race. Defining our purpose might seem like a monumental task, but it's also one of the most rewarding. Think of it as a journey to discover your essence, your passions, and the impact you want to leave on the world. It's like each of us has an internal compass, and when we decide to really use it, every choice brings us closer to who we truly are and who we want to be. Along this search, we find not only meaning and direction, but also a driving force that pushes us through adversity. Imagine facing challenges not as frustrating obstacles, but as opportunities to affirm and reaffirm your commitment to your purpose. This doesn't make the problem easy, but it certainly gives us the resilience and motivation to persist. So, I invite you to reflect. What are the values that truly guide your life? It's time to align your actions with these values. This will not only enrich your life experience, but also expand your contribution to others. After all, living with purpose isn't a solitary act. It's a call to connect with others in meaningful and impactful ways. Let's take the first step together today. What action can you take now that's aligned with your purpose? Remember, every small step counts in building a full and meaningful life. Acting with purpose is choosing a path consciously. It's deciding who you want to be with every sunrise. Now that we've explored how acting with purpose can guide our lives and give us direction, let's consider another fundamental Stoic pillar: virtue and integrity. Just as purpose gives us direction, virtue equips us with the moral principles necessary to walk this path with righteousness. Stoicism considers virtue to be the greatest good, emphasizing the importance of living with integrity and in accordance with moral principles. But how can we truly incorporate virtue and integrity into our daily lives? Living with virtue means more than just doing the right thing. It's about cultivating inner qualities like wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. Every decision we make, every interaction we have, is an opportunity to practice these virtues. By choosing to act with integrity, we not only improve our own lives, but also positively influence those around us. Consider how the pursuit of virtue influences your decisions and behaviors. When you face an ethical dilemma, how do you decide what is right? Stoic practice encourages us to deeply reflect on our choices, considering not just the immediate consequences, but also how they align with our deeper values. Now, I invite you to think, in what areas of your life can you improve your adherence to Stoic virtues? Are there situations where you feel you could have been more just, more courageous, or perhaps more moderate? Recognizing these opportunities is the first step toward transforming our conduct and living a truly virtuous life. As we strive to live according to the Stoic ideals of virtue, we not only enrich our own existence, but also build a solid foundation for facing life's challenges. Integrity becomes not just an abstract concept, but a daily practice that shapes our character and defines the course of our lives. Living with virtue and integrity requires deep self-knowledge. We can only align our actions with our moral values when we truly understand who we are. Let's dive now into the journey of self-discovery and see how knowing yourself is essential for practicing virtue authentically. Knowing yourself is one of the most fascinating and challenging journeys you can undertake. But why is it so important to dive into this discovery? Simple. Without self-knowledge, we navigate life without a clear map, reacting to events rather than responding to them according to our true values and abilities. Have you ever felt lost, Not understanding why you reacted a certain way to a situation? Or maybe you were surprised by your own reactions in moments of pressure. These are clear signs that it's time to take a closer look inside yourself. Self-knowledge allows you to understand not only your emotions, but also your thoughts, strengths, and weaknesses. It's like having an internal guide that tells you when you're on the right path or when you need to adjust your course. Imagine your mind as a vast ocean. Each thought and emotion is a different wave. Some waves are calm and clear, while others are turbulent and confusing. Knowing yourself is learning to navigate this ocean, knowing which waves to ride and which to avoid. And more than that, it's about diving deeper, reaching that calm and quiet place that exists in all of us, even on the stormiest days. This process of self-exploration not only illuminates your own hidden corners, but also strengthens your inner resilience. With this strength, you become capable of facing challenges with more confidence and serenity. You begin to understand that many of the barriers you face are, in fact, constructed by your own hands. And by recognizing them, you have the power to tear them down. But how do you start this journey? It can begin with something as simple as setting aside a few minutes each day to reflect on your experiences, thoughts, and emotions. Keep a journal, meditate, or simply take a quiet walk to connect with yourself. These practices may seem small, but they are powerful acts of self-knowledge. Let's reflect together now. What aspect of yourself do you know well, and what aspect still seems like a mystery? Consider this an invitation to explore and strengthen your most important relationship, the one you have with yourself. By doing so, you not only get to know yourself better, but also equip yourself to live a fuller and more intentional life. Understanding our own emotions, thoughts, and behaviors is just the beginning. To integrate this self-knowledge into our daily lives, we need the practice of daily examination. This Stoic technique helps us reflect on our daily actions and ensure they are aligned with our inner discoveries and ethical principles. The practice of daily examination is fundamental in Stoic philosophy, encouraging reflection on the day's actions to foster a life aligned with Stoic values. Ideally, this moment of introspection occurs at the end of the day, when the quiet can help focus on recent events. Keeping a journal for this practice can be extremely helpful, as writing not only helps organize thoughts, but also creates a record of personal progress and behavioral changes over time. During the daily examination, reflecting on what was done well helps recognize and reinforce positive actions and practiced virtues. It's equally important to identify areas for improvement, considering moments when you may not have acted in accordance with Stoic ideals. Planning how these situations can be better addressed in the future is a crucial step for personal growth. Additionally, visualizing how to face the challenges of the next day can prepare you to apply Stoic principles more effectively, transforming reflection into action. This practice not only increases self-awareness, but also strengthens the ability to live according to deeply rooted ethical principles. By reflecting daily on our actions, we better prepare ourselves to face not only everyday challenges, but also moments of pain and difficulty. Let's explore how Stoic philosophy teaches us to face pain with dignity, transforming suffering into opportunities for personal growth and character strengthening. Facing pain with dignity is one of the most powerful principles of Stoicism, and its application extends far beyond ancient philosophy. It deeply resonates in our modern lives. Pain, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, is a universal experience. But how can we transform this often devastating experience into a source of personal growth? When we face pain with courage and dignity, we are not merely enduring a burden. We are actively shaping our character and resilience. True strength doesn't come from avoiding pain, but from how we respond to it. Think of pain as a stern but fair teacher. It tests us, challenges us, and most importantly, offers us the opportunity to prove to ourselves what we are made of. But how exactly can we embrace pain constructively? It starts with acceptance. Accepting pain does not mean resignation or passivity. It means recognizing its presence without allowing it to dominate your essence or dictate your limits. For example, someone facing a serious illness might discover an unknown inner strength, a new appreciation for life, and human relationships that might have remained dormant during comfortable times. Additionally, facing pain with dignity involves learning to detach from aspects of life that we cannot control and focusing on what is within our reach. This empowers us to make meaningful changes, using pain as a catalyst for profound personal transformation. Each challenge, each moment of suffering, can be transformed into a stepping stone to reach a wiser and more resilient version of ourselves. Now, I want you to reflect. Is there any pain in your life that seems insurmountable? How can you approach it in a way that strengthens who you are, rather than diminishing your light? Remember, the way we face our hardest battles often defines who we are. Let's together transform our pain into a lever for growth. Every tear, every moment of despair, has the potential to teach us something valuable about ourselves and the world around us. Facing pain with dignity is choosing to grow, choosing to live fully despite adversity. It is, above all, a testament to our own humanity and our infinite capacity for overcoming. By learning to face pain with courage and dignity, we are indeed cultivating our resilience. The ability to overcome adversity is not limited to merely enduring, but emerging stronger and wiser from these challenges. Let's now delve deeper into how to develop this resilience, an essential aspect of Stoic life. Developing resilience in the face of adversity is a natural extension of the Stoic practice of facing pain and challenges with dignity. Resilience is not just about overcoming difficulties, but about how we emerge stronger and wiser from these experiences. To effectively cultivate resilience, we can adopt various strategies and mindsets that align with Stoic philosophy. Firstly, it's important to understand that resilience begins with acceptance. Accepting the reality of our situations, no matter how difficult, allows us to focus on what we can control, our responses and attitudes. This involves a shift in perspective, seeing obstacles not as insurmountable barriers, but as opportunities for learning and personal growth. Another powerful technique is visualization, a practice that involves imagining yourself successfully and calmly facing challenges. This practice can mentally prepare you to handle stressful situations, reducing anxiety and increasing confidence in your ability to deal with adversity. Additionally, strengthening social connections is crucial for developing resilience. The support of friends, family, and communities can provide the emotional strength needed to overcome tough times. Establishing and maintaining these support networks is essential, as they offer not only emotional support, but also practical advice and assistance in times of need. Maintaining a commitment to continuous personal growth also contributes to resilience. This can include constant learning, whether through reading, practicing new skills, or engaging in activities that challenge you physically and mentally. Every new skill or knowledge gained not only adds to your toolkit for dealing with life, but also reinforces the idea that you can evolve despite the circumstances. Lastly, the regular practice of mindfulness can help maintain emotional balance, increasing awareness of the present moment and reducing the tendency to overreact under pressure. These practices help cultivate a calm mind, which can assess situations clearly and make considered decisions, even under stress. By integrating these strategies into daily life, you can strengthen your ability to face and overcome adversity, aligning with the Stoic teachings of endurance, growth, and personal transformation. Developing resilience helps us navigate the inevitable highs and lows of life. But to truly appreciate the breadth of our existence, we must contemplate its transient nature. The Stoic practice of memento mori reminds us to value each moment and live with clear purpose. The contemplation of the transient nature of life, often encapsulated in the Stoic phrase memento mori, remember you will die, serves as a powerful reminder of our finitude. This reflection on impermanence is not a grim or pessimistic view, but a stimulus to cherish each moment and live with clear purpose. Understanding that our existence is limited can inspire a deeper appreciation for the present. It motivates us to focus on what truly matters, discarding the trivialities that often occupy our thoughts and actions. With this perspective, it becomes possible to act more deliberately and meaningfully, aligning our daily actions with our highest values. Moreover, contemplating death can help cultivate serenity in the face of life's inevitabilities. By accepting that life includes losses and endings, we can face these events with increased calm and resilience. This acceptance does not diminish the pain associated with loss, but it can help us confront it in a way that promotes personal growth and understanding. This reflection also encourages us to consider our legacy, how we want to be remembered, and the impact we want to leave on the world. Knowing that our time is limited propels us to make meaningful contributions, whether in our personal relationships, communities, or through our work and passions. Therefore, the practice of meditating on death is a valuable tool for living a full and intentional life. It helps us maintain a clear perspective on the fragility of life and the importance of each day. This is not a call for melancholy, but an invitation to celebrate life and take conscious action, knowing that every moment is precious and irreplaceable. By contemplating the transience of life, we are motivated not only to value the present moment, but also to strive for continuous improvement. Let's explore how the practice of self-improvement can help us make the most of the limited time we have, expanding our horizons and enriching our lives. Practicing self-improvement is embarking on a continuous journey with no end. It's the commitment to never stop learning, growing, and expanding your horizons. But why is it so vital to maintain this relentless pursuit of personal development? Each of us possesses immense, often unexplored potential. The world around us is an infinite source of knowledge, beauty, and inspiration. Look at the magnificence of nature, the complexity of human relationships, the achievements of science and art. All of this can serve as a stimulus to better understand ourselves and enhance our skills and abilities. By dedicating ourselves to self-improvement, we're not just honing technical aspects or acquiring new skills. We're also cultivating inner qualities such as empathy, patience, and resilience. We're learning to be better friends, partners, leaders. We are, in fact, learning to be better human beings. The beauty of this journey is that it is deeply personal and incredibly diverse. For some, it might involve learning a new language or artistic skill. For others, it could mean overcoming personal challenges, like the fear of public speaking or the tendency to procrastinate. And for yet others, it might be a spiritual exploration, seeking a deeper understanding of oneself and the universe. Now let me ask you, what areas of your life do you feel could benefit from a little more attention and dedication? Where do you see an opportunity for growth and learning? Remember, self-improvement is a continuous process, a path that unfolds as you move forward. Drawing inspiration from the greatness of the world around us is an invitation to never become stagnant. Each day brings new opportunities to learn something new, to be a slightly better version of ourselves. So, let's make this process of growth an integral part of our lives. After all, the best way to honor the magnificent complexity of the world is to be in constant evolution, expanding not only our knowledge, but also our capacity to love, understand, and contribute. As we seek to expand our horizons through self-improvement, it's crucial to recognize and accept the elements of life that are beyond our control. Let's now explore how the acceptance of fate can be a powerful ally in our journey, allowing us to live with serenity and balance even in the face of life's uncertainties. Accepting fate is recognizing that no matter how much we plan and strive, there are aspects of life that are beyond our control. But here lies a powerful truth. While we may not control every event, we have total dominion over how we respond to them. This realization is not only liberating, but also essential for cultivating a serene and balanced life. Think about it. How many times have we been frustrated by situations we couldn't change, regardless of our efforts? How much energy do we spend resisting what simply is? True strength, then, is not found in resistance but in acceptance. Accepting fate doesn't mean passivity or resignation. On the contrary, it is an act of courage. It's deciding to face reality as it is, not as we would like it to be. By accepting life's circumstances, we release incredible energy, that was previously wasted in futile struggles. This energy can then be redirected towards what we can truly influence: our actions, our reactions, our intentions. This is where our transformative power lies. It's like being in a boat on a turbulent river. We can't control the river, but we can learn to navigate it better. This acceptance brings us deep inner peace because we stop fighting against the inevitable. Instead, we learn to flow with life, adapting and growing with each experience. This not only alleviates stress and anxiety, but also strengthens our resilience as we realize that despite the challenges and storms, we can keep our steering firm and move forward. So how can we practice this acceptance in our daily lives? Start by observing the moments when you feel resistant or frustrated. Ask yourself, do I have control over this? If the answer is no, try to release some of that resistance. Take a deep breath and focus on your response to the situation. You may not be able to change the event, but you can choose a response that reflects who you want to be. Let's reflect together now. Is there something in your life currently causing frustration because it's beyond your control? How can you change your response to this situation to alleviate your own suffering and perhaps even find a new opportunity for growth? Accepting fate is a journey of constant learning and adaptation. It is choosing to live with serenity and balance, knowing that while some things are beyond our control, our ability to respond with integrity and courage is always within our hands. Accepting what we cannot control leads us to a state of emotional freedom and detachment, principles that are pillars of Stoicism. By detaching ourselves from outcomes and focusing on our actions, we can experience true and lasting inner peace. Let's delve deeper into how to cultivate this detachment and what it really means for our daily lives. Detachment and emotional freedom are central concepts in Stoicism, offering a path to a more peaceful life, less affected by external fluctuations and uncertainties. This philosophy doesn't encourage indifference, but suggests a more balanced approach to emotions and the outcomes of our efforts. In the Stoic context, detachment is the practice of separating our sense of satisfaction and happiness from the results of our actions. Instead of fixing our happiness on uncertain future events or material possessions, Stoics recommend finding contentment in our actions and in the virtue of performing them according to our values. This doesn't mean not having goals or not striving to achieve them, but understanding that we can't fully control the outcomes. Emotional freedom stems from this practice of detachment. When we stop depending on specific results for our happiness, we become less vulnerable to disappointments and more resilient in the face of adversity. This state of mind allows for a calmer and more measured response to situations that might otherwise provoke anxiety or sadness. For people facing significant changes or uncertainties, cultivating detachment can be particularly liberating. By focusing on the process and the execution of actions within our ethical principles, rather than on the fickle results, we can maintain emotional stability even in turbulent times. Practices like meditation and daily reflection can help develop these aspects of Stoicism. Meditating on the impermanence of life and our emotional reactions can offer insights into where we might be placing too much importance on outcomes, allowing us to readjust our expectations and focus on what is truly within our reach, our actions and attitudes. Thus, detachment and emotional freedom are not only tools to face uncertainty, but also means to achieve true inner peace, which is sustained not by what happens around us, but by how we choose to respond to these circumstances. Detachment and emotional freedom prepare us to face solitude not as a burden, but as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Let's explore how moments of solitude can transform into valuable periods of introspection and personal strengthening. Facing loneliness with strength is a challenge that everyone may encounter at some point in their lives. Often seen as something to be avoided at all costs, loneliness actually carries incredible potential for personal growth and resilience building. But how can we transform this often painful experience into an opportunity to flourish? First, it's crucial to recognize that loneliness is not synonymous with total isolation or a life devoid of meaning. On the contrary, it can be an invitation to delve deeper into oneself, to truly listen to your own thoughts and feelings without the constant distractions of daily life. In this silence, away from the noise of the external world, you can discover aspects of yourself that were hidden or neglected. When we embrace loneliness, we start to see this state not as a void to be filled, but as a space of freedom where self-exploration is possible. Think of it as a blank canvas where you can paint who you truly are and who you wish to become. Instead of viewing loneliness as a sea of isolation, we can see it as a personal retreat, a chance to renew our energies and reorient our lives. Using these periods of solitude to connect with yourself can lead to a deeper understanding of your needs, desires, and dreams. This might involve practices like meditation, reflective writing, or simply spending time in nature. Each of these moments can be used to strengthen the most important relationship you have, the relationship with yourself. Moreover, facing loneliness with strength teaches us to be self-sufficient, to find contentment and peace within ourselves, rather than constantly seeking them externally. This doesn't mean we should always be alone, but that we can be alone without feeling lonely. Let's think together. Is there a hobby or interest you've always wanted to explore but never had the time for? Perhaps now, in this period of solitude, is the perfect moment to start. Or maybe you can use this time to plan how you want your life to be when the loneliness passes, equipping yourself with new skills or knowledge. Viewing loneliness as an opportunity for growth and inner strength is a powerful way to redefine how we see and live our moments of isolation. It challenges us to be stronger, more complete, and more connected with who we really are. By accepting and valuing our periods of solitude, we open the doors to a richer and more authentic life. When faced with strength, loneliness reveals the importance of persistence. Persistence helps us continue our journey of personal growth, even when we feel isolated or challenged. Let's explore how continuous determination can lead us to overcome great adversities and achieve our most ambitious goals. Being persistent is one of the most admirable and impactful qualities we can cultivate. Persistence is the engine that drives us forward, even when circumstances seem unfavorable. Maria's story is a living testament to this. Her journey illustrates how determination and tenacity can not only overcome significant adversities, but also pave the way for personal success and fulfillment. Maria faced numerous challenges in her life, from financial difficulties to personal and professional barriers. At each stage, she could have chosen to give up, accepting the circumstances as final. However, she chose another path, the path of persistence. With each obstacle, Maria learned something new about herself, her strength, her capacity for adaptation, and most importantly, her unwavering determination not only to dream, but also to achieve those dreams. Why is it so crucial to be persistent? Because the road to any worthwhile goal is rarely linear or free of obstacles. Challenges are an integral part of any meaningful journey. They test our will, sharpen our skills, and strengthen our character. Being persistent means recognizing that every no can bring us closer to a yes, that every failure is a step on the ladder to success. Now, let's reflect together. What is that goal you hold in your heart that seems distant or even impossible? Remember Maria's story. Use it as inspiration to maintain your focus and energy, to keep fighting, no matter how many obstacles appear along the way. And remember, persistence is not just about brute strength. It's also about intelligence. It's knowing when to pause, learn, and adapt strategies before taking the next step. Additionally, being persistent is also about community and support. Maria didn't make her journey alone. She sought mentors, allies, friends who shared her vision and supported her efforts. So while you persist, don't forget to seek and offer support. The journey may be yours, but the path becomes more accessible and enjoyable when shared. In summary, be persistent. Face challenges as opportunities to grow and get closer to your goals. With determination, support, and a solid strategy, there are no limits to what you can achieve. Let us move forward with courage, knowing that each persistent step brings us closer to realizing our dreams. While persistence is crucial for overcoming personal challenges, we must not forget the importance of relationships and community in our lives. Stoicism, while valuing self-sufficiency, also emphasizes the vital role that our social interactions play in leading a virtuous and fulfilling life. Although Stoicism often emphasizes self-sufficiency, the philosophy also recognizes the crucial importance of relationships and community in an individual's life. Stoics believe that, as social beings, our ability to form and maintain healthy relationships is fundamental to living a well-lived and virtuous life. Within Stoicism, social interaction is seen not only as a basic human need, but also as an opportunity to practice virtues such as justice, generosity, and patience. Every relationship, whether with family, friends, or coworkers, is a training ground for personal development and the practical application of Stoic principles. Stoic practice can enhance our social interactions in several ways. 1. Empathy and understanding. Stoicism teaches us to consider others' perspectives before reacting, promoting greater empathy and understanding in relationships. This helps build deeper connections and resolve conflicts more effectively. 2. Emotional control. By focusing on what we can control, especially our own responses and attitudes, Stoicism helps us stay calm in challenging social situations. This not only reduces personal stress, but also contributes to a more harmonious environment. 3. Effective communication. Stoics value clarity and honesty in communication. By applying these principles, we can express our thoughts and feelings in a direct but respectful manner, strengthening interpersonal bonds. 4. Healthy detachment. Stoic philosophy encourages us to love and value others without becoming overly dependent or possessive. This balance allows for healthier and more sustainable relationships. 5. Service to others. Stoicism encourages us to contribute to the common good. By engaging with our communities and seeking to do good for others, we not only enrich our own lives but also enhance our social environment. By integrating these aspects of Stoicism into daily life, we can significantly improve the quality of our social interactions and the impact we have on our community. This in turn enriches our life experience, providing deeper and longer-lasting satisfaction that aligns with the Stoic pursuit of a virtuous life. So, are you ready to embrace Stoicism in your life? Remember, living with purpose, cultivating virtue, and understanding the importance of relationships are powerful steps towards a full and meaningful life. With every challenge, you have the opportunity to grow and become stronger. And this journey of self-discovery and continuous improvement is just the beginning. Subscribe and stay tuned for upcoming videos where we will explore more techniques and insights for a balanced and resilient life. Until then, reflect on what we've discussed today and start applying these principles to your daily life. See you soon.